Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, because today we are seeing a crazy pump to the upside after Bitcoin held this Fibonacci golden pocket on the 4-hour time frame. So first we held this as a level of support and then broke this descending trend line, breaking that downtrend, and then immediately shot up to this next descending trend line after that. Now, even though yes, in the short term, this is looking pretty bullish, there are some things that we should take into consideration. Because, for example, if we take a look at the 1-hour time frame here, and we consider, for example, this RSI momentum indicator for Bitcoin, this actually reached into overbought territory here on the 1-hour time frame. Typically, when the RSI is in overbought territory, it means that there is limited room to the upside. Now, yes, sometimes you'll see this, where we actually go quite deep into that overbought territory. In that case, we reached about 80, but here earlier today, we reached about 72 on the RSI. Now, with that RSI reaching overbought territory, it is not surprising to now see the price cool off just a little bit, which we are currently seeing as I'm recording this video. You can see that on this 1-hour time frame, we are currently dropping, but I mean, yeah, we're talking about the immediate short term here. So let's just come back to this 4-hour time frame. A short-term level of support could be this 0.236 Fibonacci level sitting at 99.4K, roughly speaking, which also aligns with this descending trend line that we have in the charts. In the case that we break down below 99.4K, well, then we are starting to look at this 0.382 Fibonacci level sitting at 97.8K. But the analysis since yesterday remains mostly the same. So in this case, yes, we broke the short-term downtrend, which is a short-term bullish thing to see. And so long as we hold this Fibonacci golden pocket sitting at about 95,000, then everything is fine and we could see a further resumption to the upside. However, if we actually cut down below this Fibonacci golden pocket here, then we need to start looking at potentially coming down to grab a bunch of liquidity to the downside, perhaps even as low as about 89K. And the reason I'm talking about that is because, as you can see right here on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, there is a bunch of liquidity to the downside at that 89K level. So that's something to take into consideration if we actually lose that critical level of support. But of course, right now, we aren't even close to that Fibonacci golden pocket anymore after getting a strong bounce off of that golden pocket. Besides that, taking a quick look at the 2-week Bitcoin liquidation heat map, right here you can see that we got very, very close to actually taking out that level of liquidity to the downside at 94K. And I was talking about this level yesterday, saying we might be targeting this. However, we didn't actually take it out. So we got very close, but didn't actually take it out. So I guess the people who longed from 94K and they had their liquidation there, yeah, they just got really lucky by a couple $100 in the Bitcoin price. So either way, we then took out a bunch of liquidity to the upside, obviously, on this move here earlier today, which leaves us in the current day situation that we still have that liquidity to the downside at about 94K, but there is also that liquidity to the upside. For example, we have about $300 million worth of short positions sitting at 102K for the Bitcoin price. And there is also more liquidity to the upside as high as 104,000. The way I'm looking at that liquidity is exactly the same as what I said earlier in this video. So long as we are holding above this golden pocket here, I think it is very, very likely that we end up taking out that liquidity to the upside, regardless of what kind of pullback may need to be done first. Or maybe we do something like this, create some kind of like inverse head and shoulders pattern. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I do think it is quite likely that we are going to see new all-time highs for Bitcoin, sweep all of that liquidity to the upside at some point. Lastly, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for today. On Tuesday, we saw another $400 million net inflow into the Bitcoin ETFs. Again, most of that coming from the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. So yeah, the insane inflows just continue to pour in here day after day after day. So yeah, honestly, this is just crazy what we are seeing in the market right now. I had to take a quick look at the fear and greed index here. And honestly, it is pretty surprising to me that this is currently only at greed. Obviously, if you look at yesterday, you look at last week, last month, all of this is in extreme greed. So yeah, this is just a very crazy time in the market, obviously. And I mean, so long as this continues to happen, where we get these massive inflows every single day, of course, this is going to have an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. But keep in mind, guys, like all of these inflows that you're seeing right now, in the bear market, which is going to come at some point, not financial advice or anything, but I'm just saying, I think there's going to be another bear market. We're not going to go up forever. We are going to see what we are seeing right now, but then in reverse, where you get hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars of outflows in a single day. And I think that is going to be a huge opportunity for people that know how to trade, because you can be shorting the price while you are seeing these massive outflows every single day, similar to how we are longing a bunch of things right now in the bull market, right? Anyways, this has been today's market update. Don't forget to join the Road to 1 Million community on Discord. You can do so completely for free with the link in the video description. So go check that out, and hopefully I see you in there. But regardless, if you do end up joining or not, thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one.